Hello there, fellow Minecrafters. This is a video on how to show you how to make a beat line for music. Music's kind of hard to get started in, because the circuits are actually rather complex. This circuit took me about 2 hours to figure out by myself, and I don't really want to, don't want anyone to go through the same nightmare, so I'm just going to show you how, step by step. So the first thing you need to do, you need to have your materials, plenty of redstone. You're going to need 4 note blocks for this one. I want to say about 10 redstone torches, or no, 6. You're going to need some 6 redstone repeaters, and yeah, some just blocks like dirt, cobblestone, something like that. I don't really care. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to build a pulse timer to keep a steady beat. So, I'm going to come over here and make some redstone repeaters. Ignore this cobblestone, by the way. This is just so I know where to put all the stuff. So, this is how you make a repeater. Not a repeater, a clock.
You spoke about justice.
Go over here and set another one. Now, we're going to set these to maximum delay. Oh, crap. Set them to maximum delay, and then we're going to wire them together, just like this.
Cows gathered around because the stakes were so high.
Then we're going to activate it, stick a redstone torch down, and then there we go. Now they are pulsing at exactly the right width. So the second thing we want to do is, now that we have our clock, we want to build our logic gates. We're going to be building some AND logic gates so that we can control our pulse. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have a switch that'll go into the logic gates, and I'm also going to have the pulse that goes into the logic gates. That way, the logic gates will pulse at exactly the right width. And it's just so we can control our pulses. So this is how you make a AND logic gate. It's just 3 blocks like this, and you're going to come over here and stick some redstone torches on top of them, just like this. Don't stick one in the center, though. Then you come around to the front, and on the side of the center block, you stick a redstone torch. And then you put a piece of redstone in the center. And there you go, you have an AND logic gate. Now we're going to hook our pulse inputs, the logic gates. There we go. And then we're going to make our switch. So this is a pretty simple procedure. Just here, nice. Alright, so there we go. We have our pulse timer set up, and we can turn it on and off, because an AND's only going to come out true if both inputs are true. So when that switch is on, it'll pulse at exactly the right width. Slight delay, as you can see, but that's not a problem. All we need is the right pulse. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our note blocks. We're going to need, like I said, we're going to need 4 of them. And the block below a note block is what tells what instrument it plays. Dirt is piano. I can't remember what guitar is, but I know that cobblestone is bass drum and sand is snare drum. So just stick our 4 note blocks down, space them out about 1 like that, and then we're going to need to tune them next. Leave the ones with cobblestone under them alone. Ones with sand on them, let's tune up to purple range. You just do this by right-clicking on it.
The president said, enough is enough. These uppity cattle. It's time to get tough. Cow dung flung.
Yep, that sounds about right. Alright.
Tomorrow at noon,
so what this is going to do is we're going to have a bass, and we're going to have a snare. We're just going to make a nice beat line. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our redstone repeaters that will delay the note blocks so that they will go in the right order. And we're going to set this one to 2, so just right-click on it once after you set it down. And then you're going to put 2 in sequence right here, and set them both to maximum delay. Oh, hi, Wolf.
Surrounding the shoppers came the deafening
and then there's going to be 1 more here. We're going to also set to 2. So just right-click on it once. So now, all we need to do is just wire up the repeaters to the logic gates. Right here. Nice and easy. You don't need to do it exactly how I'm doing it, but this works. So if you want to, go ahead and copy it. But one thing about note blocks is that the redstone has to be pointing at the note block for the to activate. So what this circuit is going to be doing is that when these pulses are on and the switch is on, these logic gates will pulse, and this one will fire off that one, and then after a short delay, it'll shoot that one. Then after the appropriate delay, this one will come in sequence, and then that one. It's pretty simple. And it's going to get a nice, steady beat line. So if I did this right, and I think I did, just flip the switch, and we should get a nice, steady beat line. And I think we got it. Not sure if you can hear that. I'm going to see if I can get you to hear that. Yeah, not sure if you heard that or not, but there you go. You got yourself a beat line. And just, you can play around with the repeaters a little bit, and you can play around with pulse clocks. MinecraftWiki.net is a good website to go on if you ever have any questions. That's what taught me a lot of these schematics. Not the circuit, but just the materials and stuff. And so, yeah, have some fun out there. Make some good songs.